Hello everyone, Logan from Curated Avalon, and today I am going to be talking about what I am taking on my family beach vacation. Every year, or most years anyway, my family gets a cottage and we all go down to a beach and have a really nice week. So I am the one that always has like 5 extra bags more than needed, and it's usually chock full of my hobbies. So I always bring a ton of books, a lot of writing utensils, just whatever it is. I mean, I've brought sewing machines before and made entire quilts on vacation before. So anyway, getting into it, I thought I'd start with the books that I will be taking on vacation, as well as my fountain pens and inks. This year I have a lot more fountain pens than I usually would, so it's going to be a little bit more of an experience. And all of the ladies, all of my family, they really enjoy my fountain pens. So when I take them down, I try to bring the ones that are going to be fun for everyone to have like a fun little writing session with. So starting off with the books, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea is one of my all-time favorite stories. I listened to the audiobook, I watched the film, I read the book countless times. This is a translation that I like. I think this is an old Barnes & Noble classic, but this one usually comes with me to the beach and I'll sit. Sometimes I'll read the whole thing, sometimes it's just a few passages. And Raymond Chandler. So I read a Raymond Chandler novel every year at the beach, and last year I ran out. That was the last one I hadn't read yet, so I'm circling back to The Big Sleep. I really enjoyed the film and I like the book a lot too, so this will be my for sure read. And Being in Time by Martin Heidegger. So a lot of people would consider this a little bit of a heavy read for a beach vacation. I like it. I enjoy a lot of thoughtful works. I'm not really sure, more philosophical, theological ended stuff that just helps center me, especially when I've been around family for a long time and oh goodness, you know how your brain can run on fumes. So this kind of brings me around a little bit. I'll just read a little bit or maybe a chapter or so and just kind of let my brain get back to where it wants to be. This is one of my all-time favorite books, favorite thrifted finds, Meaning of Idols of the King. This book, I think it was $1 when I bought it. It was one of those things that was stuffed under a ton of things, and I went, nope, you need to go look and check all of the books, make sure it isn't something you want. And this was at the bottom of that pile, and I'm so glad I went and looked through it. So Tennyson is my favorite poet, and I love hearing opinions or reading essays, whatever I can get my hands on regarding other people's opinion of his works. I just really enjoy that a lot. This book in particular is incredible. This is from 1904, and so it's very much still within the realm of when his poetry had been published and was existing within a popular sphere at the time. So I really just enjoy this so much. The author's opinions and perspective and everything is just really valuable, so I tend to take that book around with me. And of course, a copy of Tennyson. This is a paperback copy I've had for years and have thoroughly abused. I allow myself to abuse this copy so I can keep my older late 1800s editions in nicer condition. And I have a copy of Redburn by Herman Melville. I may end up bringing a copy of Billy Budd Sailor with me too. So this is something I'll pick up when I feel like it. Like some of these books I swap out and go, I don't want to read that. It turns out I didn't want to, or the mood just isn't quite what I wanted. So it gives me a few options, but I usually end up reading some Herman Melville, if not an entire book while I'm at the beach. It's just very appropriate. And Dune, Frank Herbert's Dune. So believe it or not, I've actually never read this. It was something that I was saving until I was older. Like I was completely paranoid as a kid that I was going to run out of more classic works, whether it be sci-fi or classic literature going back to, you know, the 1800s. So I started making a list of what age I could read certain things. So Dune, I think, was 23. and I just completely skipped over it and kind of forgot about it, or it was just on the back burner. So I'm finally going to read it. I read the first like 2 chapters after I did see the film in theaters. I could spend hours discussing what I thought of it, but I came home after seeing it and read the first like 2 chapters of Dune and was like, okay, it was pretty much what I thought. From what I saw on screen, what I expected to see in the book was there. So yeah, I really want to read through this very much. So I think I will probably end up reading a good chunk of this while I am down there. And a book that I'm actually not taking this year is Go Set a Watchman. And I usually read that every year. I'll read Go Set a Watchman and a Raymond Chandler novel every year at the beach. And this year I just decided that I just didn't want to read it again. I think I've read it like, oh goodness, at least 10 times. And I'm just feeling the need for something a little different. So Dune it is. So the fountain pens I am for sure taking this year. I'm actually taking quite a few. I'm not taking any Kaweco Sports with me, at least at this moment I'm not. But I will be taking my Relics pen, my Thomas Jefferson pen. I adore this. I like using this when I'm feeling a little bit more retrospective and I just want to be holding wood as opposed to metal. It just feels really, really comfortable in my hand. I like the nib. I actually like the acrylic grip, which I think is interesting because I don't typically like acrylic grips, but this one's very comfortable for me. I will be taking this one. I will also be taking my Benu Briolette in Storm. And I really thought I was going to leave this one behind, except it is a favorite amongst the females in my family. They absolutely love this one, and I don't mind them using it. So for sure we'll be bringing this one and probably putting a fun colored ink in it just to make it a little bit more interesting. I will also be bringing my Lamy All-Star in white silver. This I keep writer's blood in and I use for my daily writing. So I will be taking this one. I will of course be taking my Vanishing Point in stripes. I can't really go anywhere without this pen. It's just my favorite. If I'm doing a ton of writing, out of what I have, this is my first choice, but I have other pens that are quite comfortable as well. This one is just my favorite, so I will be bringing that one as well. I will also be bringing my Benu Euphoria Vodka on the Rocks. This is a broad nib, and I love this pen. So I know I keep saying I'm not a glitter person, and I honestly am not. However, petrified glitter was highly appealing to me. I mean, I can see it, I can sort of touch it, and it can't rub off on me. So that is pretty fantastic. I love this pen. I love the shape. I love the size. It's so very comfortable, and the nibs are just fantastic on the Benu pens. I will also be bringing the Captain Kirk pen. This is also a favorite amongst the females in my family. They love the zoom nib, so I do let them use it. They know how to use fountain pens, so I don't have to worry about anything getting broken, but they do love this. So I'll probably be putting another Ferris Wheel Press shimmer ink in this. I might do a color because I know that would be more fun for them. So I'll be bringing that one. And last but not least, I will be bringing the Kilk Camera Laterna. This is the newest pen to my collection and I love it. I've been writing with it a lot. I've actually been switching back and forth the last few days between the Vanishing Point and the Camera Laterna most often. It's actually really comfortable for longer writing sessions, which I was surprised by. As I said, I'm not big on acrylic bodies that much and acrylic grips, but this has been very, very comfortable for me. Really good weight. So I will be bringing that as well. So these are the fountain pens that I'm bringing, and I'm just really excited to have them all. I've never had this many fountain pens before, and I'm looking at it now. I'm not sure how it happened, but I do have them, and I love them all for different reasons. So these are the fountain pens I will be taking. Next up are the inks. For inks, I'm taking a little bit extra than I would typically bring because I am going to have so many fountain pens, and I told you the ladies in my family really enjoy them. I'm going to be bringing a lot of the Ferris wheel press inks with me too, so they can have fun with those in addition to my more utilitarian inks. So to start off, I will be bringing, of course, dark matter. This is my favorite black ink still, but I have a couple that are in the running and it's getting pretty tight, but this is still my favorite. I'll be bringing Liberty's Elysium. This is just another utilitarian color for me. I use blue for certain notes, and so I just kind of need to have that. I will be bringing the Texas Black Bat. I've just been using it a lot, and especially like trying to compare it to dark matter to see if I like it more. Is it more functional for me? And so I don't really want to break that streak yet. I will also be bringing the Raven Forevermore, the Raven Black. This is also a Noodler's ink. This is a Canadian exclusive, and I purchased it from wonderpens.com. So I just really like this black a lot, and I don't want to leave it behind yet. I just got it, and I still am wanting to use it. I will also be bringing Diamine's Writer's Blood. This is another utilitarian ink for me. I use it for my notes constantly, and so that's something I have to have with me. As far as the more fun colors go, I will be bringing Ferris Wheel Press Roaring Patina Black. Let's see, and I have all of the little Alice in Wonderland, the Down the Rabbit Hole collection, I will be bringing as well. I don't think I'm going to have time for artistic journaling because I have some work I actually have to do while I'm on vacation. I'm not really happy about it, but you know, you have to do what you have to do. So this is the green. Oh goodness, I really do wish that they would label with the names. It would just make it easier for me, but Green with Curiosity. Green with Curiosity, Tumbling Time Blue, Ruby Royal Flush, and the Adventurine color. So I'll be bringing all of those with me, just in case I get some time for some art journaling. And like I said, my family really enjoys playing with the shimmer inks. So these are the inks I will be bringing. Will there be more? Goodness knows, I'll probably stuff a couple extra with me. This feels like a lot to take on vacation, but I just don't want to leave them behind. So they're coming with me, and hopefully this vacation will be restful and fun. If I had to leave my fountain pens behind, I think I would just stay here myself. So thank you so much for watching. And do you have a favorite ink that you just can't leave behind? Or maybe 10 favorite inks that you just can't leave behind? Please comment below and tell me which ones they are.